We're going to do that. My record was broken. Here is Ludwig talking about how his record was broken. And there's another one where his car was stolen.
Happened. My record for the most subs ever held by anyone on Twitch.tv has not just been broken, it's been shattered by Kai Cenat. It's trending all over Twitter, Reddit. If you haven't heard, my record was from April 2021 during my subathon where I hit 283,000 subs. Kai's at 290,000 subs with 2 days left, I think. He's going to break 300,000, and I don't even know how high he'll go. He seems to have no limit to what he's able to pull off. And I figured I'd talk about it here. Obviously, it's been a while since I've been a Twitch streamer. I've been on YouTube for over a year now, so there's no way for me to improve that record. Not that I really think I ever had any.
Lowy's looking kind of brawling in this shirt, not going to lie. He's looking kind of nice with it.
And my subathon was mostly a mistake, kind of an accident, to be honest. I had a appendicitis problem. I got surgery. I lost 15,000 subs, and so I figured I would get them back by doing a subathon, which ended up with me somehow breaking the record, even though I wasn't even a top 10 streamer in the world. But let's be real. People know about me for my subathon. If you actually watched the subathon, that shit was boring as fuck. The most interesting part about my subathon was the clock in the corner because it always seemed to teeter between 5 minutes and 30 minutes. So if you tuned in for a few minutes, you might think you would reach the end of it, but it just seemed to never come until the month finally came up. Even the Wikipedia page, the content section is smaller than the earnings section. People cared more about how much I made than what I was actually doing on stream. Because what I was doing on stream was exercising my garage, watching movies, letting my moderators do it, or sleeping. It wasn't great content. And I've said this many times, and I'll repeat it here. Although I'm really happy with the subathon. I literally cried at the end of it. Look at me. Look, I'm a little baby here.
Lame.
Classic Ludwig 7. Look at that. That's classy. And it's one of the best moments of my life ever. I genuinely cried tears of happiness because I was just so overwhelmed with emotion. It was terrible for my channel. For the next month, 2 months after the...
Yeah, this is a huge problem with like popping off and peaking. I think a lot of people don't consider streamers as human beings in general. So one of the byproducts of, or one of the negative consequences of just like popping off big time is the inevitable falling off that comes with it, because you peak and then you can never get back to that. I've always kept a level-headed attitude towards this sort of thing, or at least tried to, because of my position being a political commentator. I'm not supposed to be at the position that I'm in, you know what I mean? So even when I popped off during the 2020 election cycle, when I went back to my normal view count, I still considered that to be really fucking good. You know what I mean? But I'm so humble. No, I don't think I'm humble necessarily. I just think that it's wild that I'm this successful to begin with. You know?
Subathon, everyone unfollowed me because I doubled in followers. And after the subathon ended, they were like, oh, wait, I don't actually like this guy's content. I just liked watching the timer on his screen go down and be dangerously close to zero. And so I got really roasted for falling off. I didn't gain any viewership. I averaged about 20,000 before the subathon, and I averaged 20,000 after the subathon. And I thought I would. So it kind of stung, and I really changed a lot of how I do my content. I focused on events. I focused on doing other projects like my podcast or Moist Esports, because focusing just on live stream viewers was demoralizing. I'm still really happy with the record, and that's why I'm also okay with Kai breaking the record. Because I think if anyone were to do it, I do feel like Kai deserves it.
Yeah.
Just purely in the amount of work he put into what this subathon is.
Yeah. For Kai, it's not like it's 30 days of like continuous, uninterrupted content. Anytime you click on it, anytime you click on his fucking stream during the subathon, there's some crazy shit going on. This is probably one of the worst times to click on it, obviously, because he's like in the middle of the day.
Yeah, so I'll come see you. Don't worry about it. Just text me. All right, man. Bye.
And this is the final 24-hour stream, I guess. but like every single time I've clicked on a stream,
My bro.
every single time I've clicked on a stream for the past 30 days,
My bro.
there's always some crazy shit going on. Celebrities are coming. There's like activity.
And who is this?
This is surprise. Like this is one of the. That's one of the filler moments where he's just doing React content, which is kind of funny when you think about it because you can never. What the fuck's going to be on that mainstream? Yeah. Now, he had like international YouTubers and stuff. It's funny because like he's doing reacts, right? He's doing reacts right now, which is like what I do. Like his filler content is what I do as my main content. Do you get what I'm saying? So he's popping off. He's actually putting in effort.
He's at 296,000 right now. He seems like he's about to hit 300,000. But if you watched any of his subathon, it was really well done. Like he rented out an entire mansion in Los Angeles. He had a camera operator 24/7 with different.
Yeah, he's like put in money, an investment into making content. Like holy Elwig is glazing him. As content creators, it's difficult not to recognize the amount of effort that he's putting into this. Okay, it's just he has made a reality television show with like reality TV show production, basically.
Crews that would change the rooms that he was in, and he had people producing and planning out content for every day of the 30 days of the subathon. Just look through his YouTube channel, and you can see he had people cosplaying as Hogwarts characters. He had a lie detector test. He did a Hot Ones thing, classic try in the box challenge. I mean, there's literally like months of ideas packed into a single subathon. He had KSI. He had like a bunch of celebrities on. He had some rappers on. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was actually well done. It was not just a guy who was sleeping and having his moderators do a lot of the heavy lifting. Like,
yeah, I mean, there it is. Dude let himself get attacked by a dog while in a suit. Yeah, he put on a fucking padded suit and got attacked by a fucking Belgian Malinois, like a military-trained Belgian Malinois. Come on, man. Like, that's just one moment. That literally is just like one moment out of like thousands on his fucking stream.
Guy did. Now, at the end of the day, I think losing a record maybe hurts a little bit, but there is one record that I know Kai will never get, and he'll never take it away from me. In fact, I think it might be the record that lasts the longest on Twitch until the website eventually shuts down. Sure.
What
He's
is it?
gained more subs than me. Whoopee. All right. It's a community effort. He keeps all the money, like I did. Classic. Hey, come on, Kai. Come on. That's not a bad payday. That's not a bad payday. But the one record that I will always keep is the biggest drop-off in Twitch history, because I went from 283,066 subs down to 0. I don't have a single sub. I'm not even subbed to myself. I don't have a sub button. And so unless Kai switches over to kick.com and gets kicked off Twitch, he should be doing the same. He should never break that record. And that's the one thing I'll try to end on here, Kai, in Twitch especially. It's time to give the man the bag, all right? The new king of Twitch. All right, it's really great to commemorate that in a tweet, but now pay the man, Twitch. He has earned you the most money any human has ever earned you in a single month in Twitch history. Time to give him a bag so he sticks around for the next couple years. I think it's deserved for all he's done for the platform.
I agree.
In terms of showing it off
100%.
to a lot of new people, celebrities, like other creators, viewers who would not normally watch Twitch that were more YouTube focused. I think he has blown up the platform in a lot of ways, and should be duly rewarded for that. And also,
He has 300K subs, getting paid enough. Brother, dude, this attitude is the exact same as like talking about fucking LeBron James, okay? LeBron James has a contract, but there are still people that make money off of his fucking labor. You're literally pointing to one of the best streamers on the fucking planet and going, nah, he's making enough money. It's not about how much money he's making. It's about how much value he's generating for the fucking company. Do you understand? I hate that leftists only fundamentally just look at like how much you are worth, how much money you make that you're pocketing, and just like forget that they're making the money for a company. So when you say from where you're standing, when you say, "Oh, dude, he's making a lot of money as is. How dare you ask for more?" What you're not realizing is you're defending the company making money off of him, because someone's making the money. From where you're sitting, when you say, "Oh man, a streamer, they don't deserve a contract," or a basketball player doesn't deserve a contract, or a rapper makes a lot of money, like what the fuck are they complaining about? You're failing to understand that you, without realizing it, are defending the company making more money off of them. Because they're still making the money. Like you so that's why it's always funny whenever like leftists especially like defend Amazon. You know what I mean? Defend the bag that Amazon is making off of you. It's like, dude, that's the value that he's fucking generating, dog. What the fuck are you talking about? You might not realize it, but that's how insidious capitalist propaganda is. That you unironically end up defending the bigger guy in the fucking room without realizing it. When you say, "Oh, he has enough money. Fuck this guy."
Cured so that he doesn't take that spark that he has and use it on another website when he has done so much for Twitch. So anyway, I figured a lot of people were curious about my thoughts on the record breaking. I'm happy for Kai. I think it's overall.
Chowder's point is not defending a corporation. It's that no one should make that kind of money. Okay, you're right. There you go. You said it. But when you bring that up, when we're talking about literally someone generating value for another company, you don't realize that you are just defending the company, okay? You might not think you're defending the company, but you're defending the company. That's how this works. Because they're generating that value, they're generating that amount of capital for someone else in that regard. Either they could take it, okay, or take a larger percentage of it, or the company can take a larger percentage of it. That's how that works. It just sucks because it's like envy is not a substitute for class politics. It's not. Because if it's like envy based, if your understanding of the world, or if the way you conceptualize the world or labor and all of that is just rooted around like, well, they have it, I don't, then you're not engaging in class politics. That's literally defending the notion that Twitch should pay Kai as little as much as possible despite the value he adds to the site. Yeah.
A good thing, and it's much more deserved than what mine was, which was just a lot of luck, good timing, COVID booming the Twitch website, and my appendix randomly bursting on a ski trip. What's my new goals now? What records do I want to achieve? I don't know. Maybe I can get the biggest drop off on YouTube subscribers and I can get canceled 10 times over. Or maybe I'll dye my hair blue to avoid that. Anyway, that's all. Shout out.
Cannabis worker co-ops make millions and our socialist chat thinks they shouldn't exist in general. Yes. The money, the amount of money that you generate is completely insignificant in this conversation. Like how much money you end up pocketing at the end of the day is irrelevant to the point of contention, especially when we even talk about like labor billionaires and the existence of potential labor billionaires in the future with both inflation and like these fat fucking contracts that athletes get. Like, you're like, oh, it's big number. I don't like that when there's little number. But these people do not have anything. These people do not have anything to do with the systems themselves. They do become defenders of the system when they engage in capital accumulation through, and many of them do. This is called normal financial advice, right? For the most part, it's just like take your money, take your wages, and then put it in the stock market, or take your money, take your wages, and like buy real estate. That's when they That's when they actually do change their class politics. They don't even think there's anything wrong with that. You know? That argument is so silly because of what Chatter said was true. No one would stream. Yeah. I get your point, but isn't there an argument to be made instead of giving Twitch streamer making the most a lot more? Twitch should instead pay all their creators a little more. I mean, I'm firmly on board with that. I literally have talked to Twitch about this specifically back in the day. That like I'm fairly certain that all the top content creators would be totally down with like a percentage pay cut if the entire platform would have a 70-30 deal. You know what I mean? Except you can still do both. That still creates, because what you fail to recognize is every worker internally at Twitch, as a consequence of being contracted employees, are being measured on their own metrics. So we're getting paid from our own output. You know what I mean? The percentages overall should be equal. I do agree with that. But overall, it's not like the way this works isn't like, oh, well, Kai Cenat has like 10,000 subs and I have 2,000 subs, so Kai Cenat should give me his subs. Like, that's not how that works. And that's not how Marxist labor works in general anyway. There is no like egalitarianism within a Marxist understanding of the workforce. It's about generating value and getting a larger percentage, or at least autonomy and control over the value that you're generating for the company. So in that regard, as one of the top dogs on this platform, I do agree that overall, a lot of our profits that are going directly into Twitch and then Amazon, those profits could be returned back to Twitch employees, back to like building out this infrastructure, back to even other Twitch streamers in a higher percentage, because currently, streamers on the lower rung or newer streamers are not getting the same percentage compensation. Okay? But that still doesn't mean like everyone gets paid the same. You know what I mean? That's not how that works. So the fundamentals, or at least like the opinion that you have, is in the right direction. You just also have to understand, though, that it's not about like, taking Kai's. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of both Marxist and like leftist opinions. It's not about like take Kai's money and give it directly to like smaller streamers. It's about making sure that every streamer has the same the same compensation structure, okay, and that ultimately we have more control over the profits that we're generating for the company itself. That's where it comes from. And that's what is frustrating about people being like, dude, you say eat the rich, bro. Come on. Eat the rich, dog. Well, time to eat you guys. Like, it's not like being a leftist is not about just like resentment towards rich people is an understandable consequence of existing under capitalism. Okay? It makes perfect sense. That's why I always say, look, people get mad at me. People yell at me all the fucking time, say, Hasan, you're rich. I get it. I know why. I know why you're especially mad at me, because I am accessible, okay? Not only am I wealthy, but I'm also accessible, right? That's why a lot of people get mad. Some people get mad because at the top of the hour, I serve a 3-minute ad break, and they say, Hasan, how dare you? And then I tell you I'm contractually bound. But fear not, you can avoid those ads by subscribing for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get one free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite broadcaster. Hopefully that's me. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. All right. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky.